Good morning, guys. We're the group 3 and we're going to discuss the key components of computer system operating system. We have learning content, hardware, software, a major junction of operating system, types of operating system, and humanware. Next, we have computer system is a collection of entities, hardware, software, and humanware that are designed to receive, process, manage, and present information meaningful format. We have the uh, computer system basic operation, input, output, central process unit, control unit, arithmetic logic unit, and primary storage. This is the how basic operation. The input is when we say input unit, it used to transfer raw data and control signal into the information process system by the user before processing and computation. Output unit, it's give the result of process and computation to be outside world. The central process unit is called the brain of the computer system. Control unit is the control, manage, and coordinate the operation of the entire computer. The arithmetic, it is execute the instruction and perform all the calculation and decision. Next, components of computer system. Computer hardware, it consists internal and peripheral device. Example, input device, output device, and central processing unit. Computer software, also known as a program or application. It gives intelligence to the computer. They are classified in two classes, which is the system software and application software. The humanware is the perform to operate a computer. The user commands the computer system to execute instruction. Next, we have computer hardware. Computer hardware consists machinery and equipment, the computer system. We have the input device, processing device, and storage device in output device. In output device, it's electronic device connected to the computer that produce input signal. This is the example of classification input device. We have keyboard, scanner, digital camera, graphic table. Next, we have the input device. Input device for audio, we have microphone and the MIDI keyboard. Next, we have the input device for video. We have webcam, CCTV, and digital video camera. Next, we have pointing device. This is a pointing device. Example for this is the mouse, touchpad, trackball, and joystick. Output device is a cable to delivering or showing information to one more user. An output device display the print and present result of a work computer. Example for this is software and hard copy. Soft copy and hard copy. In soft copy is visual or monitor or sound speaker. This is the visual we cannot touch, while in hard copy, output or tangible. When we say the example for soft copy is the video, presentation, files, or the movie. While in the hard copy, we have the tangible, something you can touch, such as printer without.
Yes, it is any hardware device that is used for storing, porting, and extracting data files and objects. There are two types of computer storage. First, primary storage. Primary storage is the main memory in the computer. It stores data and programs that can be accessed directly by the processor. There are two types of primary storage, which are the ROM and the RAM. In your table, you will see the difference between RAM and ROM. random access memory, or RAM, and read-only memory is ROM. This table you will see the difference of the two. The second type of storage devices is the secondary storage. Secondary storage is another alternative storage to save your work and documents. This can be removable, internal or external. It is very useful to store programs and data for future use. Secondary storage, there are three types. Magnetic medium. It is the non-volatile storage medium. It can be any type of storage medium that utilizes magnetic patterns to represent information. On your table, you will see the floppy disk, hard disk, magnetic tape, and the video cassette. These are the example of magnetic medium. The second type of secondary storage is the optical medium. Optical medium is non-volatile storage media holds content in the digital form that are written and read by laser. This media includes various types of CDs and DVDs. On your screen, here are the different types of optical medium. And the last type of secondary storage, flash memory. It is solid-state, non-volatile, rewritable memory that functions like RAM and a hard disk drive. On your screen, you will see the types of flash memory. System units is a box-like case that houses the computer's main hardware components. Here are the parts of the system unit. First, the motherboard or the main board. The motherboard is the main circuit board holding the integrated circuits for the microprocessor, memory, etc. The motherboard also supports internal connectors for the hard disk drives and optical drives like CD, DVD, and others, and external connectors for the mouse, keyboard, printer, and speaker. On your screen, you will see the photo of motherboard or the main board. Hard disk drive storage or HDD. It used as the main storage device for programs and data when the computer is not being used. Information is stored in the hard drive magnetically, and the capacity of the device is usually measured in megabytes, gigabytes, or terabytes. Here is the photo of the HDD. Third, optical drive or CD, DVD, and etc. A DVD drive also allows removable optical discs to be used to store information. You will also see the photo of optical drive. Fourth, memory or RAM. Memory is a processor working area and is here all operations usually take care while the computer is running. Memory is also called random access memory and consists of small memory chips which fit into slots on the motherboard. And the last one, microprocessor or central processing unit or CPU. This is the computer on a chip. It is the device which actually executes the instruction. Components of CPU. Control unit coordinates and control all parts of the computer system. Arithmetic logic unit performs arithmetic or logical operations. Registers temporarily store the most frequently used instructions and data. Computer power supply. This supplies the electricity to the all parts of computer. Heatsink or fan. This sits on top of the CPU and draws heat up into the fins of the heatsink. And then the fan pulls air up and through the fins, cooling them. That is how the CPU is stay cool, otherwise it would overheat and shut down the computer. Network card. Attach the PCI or peripheral component interconnected slot used for the broadband connection like cable or DSL. Sound card. It is a computer expansion card that facilitates the input and output of audio signals to the forms of computer under control of computer programs. Graphic cards. It is the expansion card whose function is to generate and output images to a display. Chipset. It is the collection of chipset that provide the switching circuitry needed to move data throughout the computer. Controlling fan. Cooling fan is used for controlling purposes.
CMOS battery. It provides CMOS with the power when the computer is turned off. All motherboards come with a battery. Integrated drive electronics controller. It is responsible for controlling the hard drive and the CD-ROM. Uh, Serial Advanced Technology Attachment Controller. Major grade of ID controller responsible controlling the hard drive and CD-ROM.
Computer software components. Computer software. It refers to the set of computer programs, procedures that describe the programs, or how they are to be used. We can say that it is the collection of programs which increase the capabilities of hardware. Also, it is a generic term for organized collections of code representing instructions executed by a computer. Software is often written first as source code, and then converted to a binary format that is specific to the device on which the code will be executed. Computer software is the instructions that tell a computer what to do. Software comprises the entire set of programs, procedures, and routines associated with the operation of a computer system. There are two categories of software. First is system software and application software. System software. It is responsible for controlling, integrating, and managing the individual hardware components of a computer system. These are general programs designed for performing tasks such as controlling all operations required to move data into and out of a computer. It communicates with printers, card reader, disks, tapes, etc. Monitor the use of various hardware like memory, CPU, and etc. Next is application software, or app for short. Is software that performs a specific task for an end user. Examples of these are Microsoft Word or Excel are application software, or common web browsers such as Firefox or Google Chrome. Types of system software. Number one is operating system. It is a software that controls and monitors the running of applications. It provides a platform for software developers who have to design applications with the OS in mind. It is responsible for the management and coordination of activities and the sharing of the resources of the computer. It is an interface between computer and user. Examples of system software include operating systems like Mac OS, Linux, Android, and Microsoft Windows. Function of an operating system. The part of the OS that manages the computer's resources is known as the kernel, otherwise known as supervisor program. It manages the computer's resources, like CPU, memory, and peripherals. Kernel is the computer program at the core of the computer's operating system and has complete control over everything in the system. It is the portion of the operating system code that is always resident in memory and facilitates interactions between hardware and software components. These are the following tasks performed in operating system. First is memory management. In several programs can be opened at once. The OS has to allocate memory to each program that is running, including itself. Next is resource allocation and sharing. Some computer systems can multitask. In example, several programs can run at once. The OS allocates processing time, memory, and resources to each. Next is backing store management. The OS maintains a directory of the HDD so that files and free space can be located quickly. The OS controls the transfer of the data from disk to memory and back again. Next is interrupt handling. The OS will detect interrupts when the printer is out of paper, when the user is pressing the escape key, or when a hardware device or an application is malfunctioning. Next is process management. It helps the OS to create and delete processes. It also provides mechanisms for synchronization and communication among processes. Next is file management. It manages all the file-related activities such as organization, storage, retrieval, naming, sharing, and protection of files. Next is device management. It keeps track of all devices. This module also responsible for this task is known as the I/O controller. It also performs the task of allocation and deallocation of the devices. Next is I/O system management. One of the main objects of the OS is to hide the peculiarities of that hardware devices from the user. Next is secondary storage management. Systems have several levels of storage, which includes primary storage, secondary storage, and cache storage. Instructions and data must be stored in primary storage or cache so that a running program can reference it. Next, networking. A distributed system is a group of processors which do not share memory, hardware devices, or a clock. The processors communicate with one another through the network. Next is job accounting. It keeps track of time and resource used by various job end users. Next is communication management. The coordination and assignment of compilers, interpreters, and another software resource of the various users of the computer systems. Next is security. This module protects the data and information of a computer system against malware threat and unauthorized access. For the last is command interpretation. This module is interpreting commands given by the acting system resources to process that commands.
Next, we have type of operating system or OS. First, we have a batch operating system. Some computer processes are very lengthy and time-consuming. The speed, same process, a job with a similar type of needs are patched together and none as a group. The use of batch operating system never directly interact with the computer in the type of OS. Next, we have multitasking time-sharing operating system. Time-sharing operating system is enable people located at the different terminals to use signal computer system at the same time. The processor time or CPU which is shared among multiple users in terms as time sharing. Next, we have real time. Real time is also known as the embedded operating system and totally depending on the clock interrupts. A real-time operating system, time interval, the process and the response to input is very small. Example, military software, space software system. Next, you have distributed operating system. It is used in many processors located at the different machines to provide very fast computation to its users. It is a model where distributed applications are running on multiple computers linked by the communication net. Next, we have network operating system. Network operating system runs on the server. It provides the capability to serve to manage data, user, group, security, application, and the other networking functions. Next, we have mobile OS or operating system. OS, which is especially that are designed to allow and power smartphones, tablets, and wearable devices to run application and programs. Some famous mobile operating systems are Android and iOS, but others include BlackBerry, Web, and Watch. Example of operating system: the Unix operating system, the Macintosh operating system, the MSD or Microsoft DOS operating system, Microsoft Windows operating system, Linux operating system. Next, we have utilities programs. These are small, powerful programs with a limited capability. They are usually operated by the user to maintain the smooth running of the computer system. Various examples includes files management, diagnosing problems and finding out about the computer, etc. Example utility programs include copy, paste, delete, and file searching, disk fragmenter, and disk cleanup.
Number 3. Device drivers. Specialized programs that allows communication between a device and the computer. Loaded into memory each time a computer is started. When a new device is added, new device drivers must be installed. So it means when a new device is added, magkakaroon na naman ng new device drivers na may installed. So ibig sabihin para siyang new documents. Parang gano'n. Application software. It is a type of software that performs tasks to directly benefit or assist the user. It is installed on top of operating system such as MS Windows. So, it means that ito yung mga nilalaman ng computer or hardware. This is a types of application software. Letter A. Proprietary application software or customized software. It is software designed for a particular customer. In this case, we need to hire a computer programmer or software creator to develop software for the customer. So, it means ito yung mga property of its owner. So, ibig sabihin, creator. Ito yung nag-create para magamit ng mga user. And letter B, package software. It is the kind of off-the-shelf application software program developed for sale to the general public. So it means ito yung collection of programs that perform similar functions of have similar features. So example, ito po yung mga ginagamit natin like Word, PowerPoint, Excel, etc. Example of applications. Number 1, word processing software. Use this kind of tool to create worksheets, type letters, and type papers. The following examples are MS Word, WordPerfect, MS Works, and Apple Word. Number 2, desktop publishing software. Use this software to make signs, banners, greeting cards, illustrative worksheets, newsletters, etc. Number 3, spreadsheet software. Use this kind of tool to compute number-intensive problems such as budgeting, forecasting, etc. Number 4, database software. Use this software to store data such as address, membership, and other text information. Number 5, presentation software. Use this software to create multimedia stacks of cards or screens that can effectively present a lesson or a sale pitch. Number 6, internet browsers. This software allows one to surf the web. Often, they can read email and create web pages too. Number 7, email programs. These programs send and receive email. This software allows one to touch up photographs and create graphics from scratch. Graphics program or vector base. This software creates graphics that are similar to illustrations or cartoon drawings. The following examples are Adobe Illustrator, Corel Draw, Apple Works, MS Works, and MS Word. Number 10, communication software. This software allows two computers with modems to communicate through audio, video, and or chat-based means. The following examples are MSNet Meeting, AOL Instant Messenger, IRC, ICQ, and CUCME. And capabilities of software. A. Object linking and embedding, or OLE. It allows information to be shared between applications. Examples: spreadsheet created in Excel can be imported into Word. Letter B of portability of data. People who have different types of computers with different operating system. Letter C, upgradability. Software upgrades can provide new and useful features, but they can also cause problems, such as documents may not be compatible versions. System and applications often need to transfer files and programs among their computers. Humanware. It describes the customer's experience of software and hardware. More particularly, it has to do with the facilities of a computer system being developed based on the interests and needs of a user. It is also called as the livingware. It refers to the users of the computer system, either direct or indirect users. Computers engineers, they are engaged in software design and application to address the needs of particularly industry or sector. B. Software engineers, they are primarily responsible for the design and development of the software of the computers as well as its testing and evaluation. C. Information technology specialist. They tasked to plan and coordinate the installation, operation, troubleshooting, and maintenance of the computer software and hardware system. D. Website designer. They are engaged in the construction of the navigation systems of a website. E. Compute technicians. They in charge with the repair and maintenance of computers and its servers. F. Computer operator. They are responsible for monitoring and controlling computer systems, especially mainframe computer system in a company or organization. G. System analyst. They work to solve problems related to computer technology. Many analysts set up new computer systems, both the hardware and software, and new software application to increase computer productivity. H. Project manager. They are the person who has the overall responsibility for the successful initiation, planning, design, execution, monitoring, controlling, and closure of a project. Programmer, they refer to a specialist in one area of computer programming or to a generalist who writes codes for many kinds of software. Database administrator, they are responsible for the performance monitoring, security, integrity, troubleshooting, as well as backup. Server administrator, it has the overall of a server. This is usually in the context of a business organization where a server administrator oversees the performance and condition of multiple servers in the business, or it can be in the context of a single person running a game server.
Thank you very much and God bless.